Most people are doing fat loss completely wrong. They cut calories, they exercise more, they stay hungry, and still the fat does not move. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and nothing changes. But here is something very few people talk about. Your body does not decide to burn fat based on effort. It decides based on a signal, a powerful internal switch that controls whether you store fat or burn it. And here is the shocking part. That switch can change in just one day. Yes, one day. Not through extreme dieting, not through hours in the gym, but through a simple liquid habit that most people completely ignore. This is not about magic. This is about biology that has been misunderstood for years. Because the truth is, fat loss is not slow by nature. It only feels slow when your body is stuck in fat storage mode. And most people are unknowingly keeping that mode turned on all day long. From the moment they wake up to the moment they go to sleep, every snack, every sugary drink, even some so-called healthy foods, all of it keeps one hormone high, insulin. And when insulin stays high, your body does one thing very well. It stores fat, it locks your fat cells and prevents them from being used as energy. No matter how hard you try, your body refuses to burn what it is saving. This is why so many people feel stuck. Not because they are lazy, not because they lack discipline, but because they are fighting against their own biology without even knowing it. Now here is where things start to change. There is a simple liquid approach that helps lower insulin naturally. It sends a different signal to your body. A signal that says, stop storing, start burning. And when that signal is activated, your body begins to access stored fat much faster than usual. That is where the idea of 3 times fat loss comes from. It is not hype, it is not a trick. It is a shift, a metabolic shift that allows your body to do what it was designed to do all along. And the most interesting part is this. This approach does not require extreme effort. It does not demand that you starve yourself. It does not force you into complicated routines. It works by removing the blockage because your body already knows how to burn fat. The problem is, most people never give it the chance. In this video, you will learn what is really controlling your fat storage. You will understand why your current routine might not be working, even if you are trying hard. You will discover how this simple liquid habit helps regulate insulin and unlock fat burning. And you will see how small changes done at the right time can create results much faster than expected. There are also a few mistakes that can completely cancel the effect of this method, and most people make them without realizing it. That is why it is important to watch this video until the end so you do not miss the details that actually make the difference. Because this is not just about losing weight, it is about understanding how your body works and using that knowledge in your favor. Once you see this clearly, fat loss stops feeling like a struggle. It becomes a process that finally makes sense. And that is exactly what we are going to break down step by step. So stay with me, because what you are about to learn may completely change the way you look at fat loss forever. Welcome to our channel, where we turn complex health ideas into simple, practical habits that actually work. If you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe and join us on this journey to better health. This is where most people get stuck, and they do not even realize it. They believe fat loss is only about calories. Eat less, move more, and the body will follow. That sounds simple, but the body does not work like a calculator. It works like a system controlled by signals. And one of the strongest signals in that system is insulin. When insulin is high, your body is in storage mode. It does not matter if you are eating healthy food or cutting portions. As long as insulin stays elevated, your body keeps storing energy instead of using it. Fat cells stay locked, energy feels low, cravings increase, progress slows down. Now think about a normal day. Many people start with a sweet breakfast or tea with sugar. Then snacks come in, then lunch with refined carbohydrates, then another drink, then dinner, and sometimes late night eating. Each time you eat, insulin rises. But the problem is not the rise. The problem is that it never comes down properly. So your body stays in storage mode almost the entire day. That is the hidden problem. Not lack of effort, but constant insulin stimulation. And this is where things begin to change. There is a simple liquid habit that works differently. It does not push your body harder. It works with your natural system. It helps calm down insulin instead of constantly triggering it. It supports your body in shifting from storing to using. This is why it feels different from typical methods. Because instead of forcing fat loss, it allows it. And the interesting part is that this habit is simple. It does not require complicated preparation. It does not demand extreme discipline, but the timing and consistency of using it can make a noticeable difference. Now let us understand what this liquid actually does inside the body. When you consume it in the right way, it helps stabilize your blood sugar levels. That means fewer sharp rises and fewer sudden drops. When blood sugar stays stable, insulin does not spike aggressively, and when insulin remains controlled, your body gets the signal to stop storing excess energy. At the same time, your body starts looking for another fuel source. That fuel source is stored fat. This is where the shift begins. Instead of depending only on incoming food, your body begins to access what it has already stored. Energy becomes more steady, hunger becomes more manageable, and fat burning becomes more active. This is what people often misunderstand when they hear claims like faster fat loss in a short time. It is not magic. It is not that fat disappears instantly. It is that the body switches its mode. When insulin drops, fat burning increases naturally. The body becomes more efficient at using stored fat as fuel. And when this happens even for one full day, the difference can be noticeable compared to staying in storage mode all the time. Timing also plays a key role here. Using this liquid at the right moment, especially when your body is naturally more responsive, can improve its effect. That is why many people prefer taking it in the morning on an empty stomach. At that time, insulin is already lower and the body is more open to shifting into fat-burning mode. Keeping the routine simple is important. One consistent habit done daily is far more effective than complicated plans that are hard to follow. The body responds better to regular patterns than random effort. But there are also common mistakes that can quietly reduce the benefits. Some people use this liquid but continue high sugar intake throughout the day. That cancels the effect because insulin keeps rising again and again. Others use it at random times without consistency, which makes it harder for the body to adapt. And many expect instant dramatic results without supporting habits like balanced meals and controlled eating windows. These small mistakes can make a big difference. Another important factor is age. As people grow older, metabolism naturally slows down. The body becomes less sensitive to insulin. That means insulin stays higher for longer periods, even after eating normal meals. This makes fat loss more challenging compared to earlier years. But this is also why small habits become more powerful. A simple change that helps regulate insulin can have a stronger impact after the age of 30, 40, or 50. The body responds more noticeably because it needs that support. Energy levels improve. Fat storage becomes easier to control, and the overall system becomes more balanced. When you look at the full picture, the pattern becomes clear. Fat loss is not just about eating less. It is about controlling the signal that decides whether fat is stored or burned. Lower insulin allows access to stored fat. Stable blood sugar prevents constant storage. And a simple liquid habit can support this shift when used correctly and consistently. This is where real change begins. At the end of the day, your body is not your enemy. It is not slow. It is not broken. and it is not working against you. It is simply following the signals you give it. For years, you may have believed that fat loss is all about pushing harder, eating less, and forcing results. But the truth is much simpler and much more powerful than that. Your body already knows how to burn fat. It has always known